Well, it may be the GG.Bet Winter Cup, but I'd like to give you guys a very warm welcome back to the stream. We are nearly ready to get into the second map of the series here on Overpass. Should be a good one. I think based on that first map, it's kind of hard to know which way this one goes, because even though Rocketlaunchers picked up the win, there were times in that game where EXTREMUM looked really good. So I think it just comes down to who can consistently show us their best level. I think it really comes down to the consistency for both these teams. It will also be important to keep an eye on whether those T sides are going to continue to be a problem for both of these squads. Both of them definitely doing better on the CT side of things. I think Overpass can also be suited to that at times. So we will have to wait and see if that's the case here. Rocketlaunchers, one map up in the series. They'll be looking for the 2-0 as we head into Overpass. The map that they were able to beat EXTREMUM on last time these two teams played. It was 16-9 to Rocketlaunchers. They'll be hoping to repeat that performance here as the flashbangs onto the B site will allow EXTREMUM a quick bomb plant. Good smoke for the cover. And they are straight onto the site. Emenk able to get the first kill of this map, but EXTREMUM are fighting back quite quickly. There's a player on his head there. We're into a 3 versus 3. However the hell it's happened, and oh man, the kills are just coming in so damn quick. It's Molina left to try and line this up. He's got the angle right, but he hasn't got the kill in time. Rocketlaunchers successful on the B-sided retake. Again, it was hard to keep track of exactly how all those kills came in, but it just felt like they were able to take some individual fights and just land the headshots. Here's that replay of Soccer landing on his opponent's head. And then, yeah, they managed to isolate some of those players. There was a smoke down on short to make life difficult for EXTREMUM. I think EXTREMUM are going to try and make life difficult for Rocketlaunchers here, though, because they got the bomb plant. They will be forcing into this second round. Airscape has got himself an SG, while Jimka picks up the AK. Both of those are dropped guns over to those two players who have been able to get full nades and Kevlar. Meanwhile, for Rocketlaunchers, they don't have a single premium rifle in play in this round, having to go for the budget FAMAS instead. So this definitely feels like a round which could be a close one. Ooh, damage done to Emenk. He's down to 40 health. I think that was the scout landing the shot from Waterfalls. A weapon he looked good with over on Mirage. South Salt spraying away with the MP9 up close, but the smoke does not keep him safe for long enough. Klax hunts it down with the recovered Krieg. Now, though, Emenk also looking to get aggressive, and they're not going to clear this corner. The FAMAS sprays away, and Emenk absolutely annihilates them. Waterfall somehow lands the wallbang in reply, but the damage is already done. Waterfalls is desperately looking for a gun. There's the AK. That's what he wanted. Can he put it to use, though? Smoke dropped onto the site. Feels like Emenk's made the difference here. Waterfalls is going to be caught by the crossfire. Caught in two minds as he moves onto the site itself. And what a round from Emenk, spraying away with the FAMAS. Only 25 bullets in that FAMAS, so he needed these first two quick headshots. Because you see he uses about 6 bullets there on that last spray down. But very well done by him to get into that corner. EXTREMUM don't expect the position. And Rocketlaunchers pick up back-to-back round wins. So good start to the game for Rocketlaunchers. Again, good start on their CT side. here on Overpass. Maybe that's a trend we have to keep an eye on in this series. Both teams doing much, much better on the CT sides. I think it generally comes down to the T side coordination and trades that have just not quite been there for these teams so far in some of these rounds. You see in that round, it's just maybe the oversight that costs them. But it seems to be coming down to a lot of 1v1 fights on the T side, and wow, Deaths spamming away with the USP. He's only against the eco, but it's still an impressive display of aim there to get both those kills. Shaq helps his teammate out in the back lines, and Airscape is sitting with a Glock, just hoping that someone pushes him. That won't be happening though. Shaq closes out the round. Rocketlaunchers up to a 3-0 lead. And they've also been able to establish an early economy. Good bit of money in the bank for them. Here are those shots from Deaths again. Whew. I think he was basically running as he got those kills. Soccer getting flash assists on both of them as well. However, in come the guns for EXTREMUM. Let's see if this is what they were waiting for. Bit of aggression coming in from the CT side on this first gun round. They want to continue to press their advantages, to press their lead with this setup in mid. Shaq has got his teammate watching his back. He's going to need his teammate. They combine for kills. Emenk also helping out. Eventually, Klax gets one in reply, but the damage is done. EXTREMUM have lost 3 players there to that stack from Rocketlaunchers. Each and every one of the early fights going the way of the CTs. I don't think EXTREMUM were expecting 3 players to be stacked in that position either, which made it even better for the CTs there. Well done by Rocketlaunchers to catch their opponents off guard. Now they just need to make sure they close out the round from a 4v2 lead, which should be happening for them. Southsoul's got the SG in his hands. Smoke cuts off his vision. He has to reply with some counter utility. "30 seconds left for EXTREMUM to deliver this bomb to one of the sites. I mean, there could be a case made for saving, but they have such little money in the bank, they're probably better off just going for this. Not wanting to die after time either. Southsoul in a good position, doesn't react quickly enough, so maybe they can win this round. Soka pushing it aggressive, gets the first spray, and nearly the second, but he runs out of ammo. So Jumka's in a position where I was going to say maybe he can do something. But the answer is no. Emenk says no, denies him, and gives Rocketlaunchers a 4th round in a row. Slow start here for EXTREMUM on their T side. They get the bomb plant at least, so they can buy into this next round. But I'm sure they are slightly concerned as to how their T sides have been going for them so far. Not finding too many round wins on Mirage. Not finding any round wins here at the start of Overpass. I like the game plan early from Rocketlaunchers as well. Getting aggressive in that first gun round is very well thought through. This time though, Southsoul is the man set up to get the frags. He finds 2 kills on the short aggression. Again, Rocketlaunchers taking away areas of the map. Taking away the opportunity for EXTREMUM to set up these plays. Very, very proactive stuff from Rocketlaunchers. Basically saying, we're not going to let you guys sit back and set up your executes. We're going to take advantages early. And they have done that successfully in these first few rounds. Now EXTREMUM have only got a single Molotov left to try and move on to this A-bomb site. Currently, there are 2 CTs waiting for them. Emek has got another smoke ready to be deployed, but Soka wants to move in. Okay, they don't clear the corner. Soka gets lucky that they don't clear the corner because he didn't have his gun out, but he gets the kill anyway. Clax, the last man standing, won't be standing much longer. So many CTs ready to fight him there. They come away with another round, and this time no bomb plant for EXTREMUM means they are going to have to decide what they want to do in this round, and it's probably going to be called as a half buy here. That's what most teams, I think, would go for. Yeah, you can get pistol armor, maybe some nades, and that is about it. I have to say, this is a convincing start to the game from Rocketlaunchers. Clax moving into B. Dex gets a very good kill. Spray with the AK. Almost gets 3. He's got his teammate there to back him up, though. And there it is. 6-0. Easy as that. Slow start to the game from EXTREMUM, but I do think that Rocketlaunchers have been doing a really good job at limiting the T's options, especially if EXTREMUM are a bit uncomfortable on Overpass, which maybe could be shown from their previous results. I think just taking away the map from your opponents is such a good way to make them feel uncomfortable, to make them not entirely sure what they can do at the start of these rounds. And you can see again that EXTREMUM have gone into a very safe default setup at the start of this round. I think they're trying to figure out if they can catch any of the aggression that the Spaniards have been showing so far in this game. This time, though, Rocketlaunchers are not going to get aggressive. Great shot from Airscape. Just a wide swing against the AWP. That should almost never work. But I think Emek just wasn't expecting a player to peek without the nades, so he gets caught off guard. Soka has managed to find a couple of kills for his squad, though. So Rocketlaunchers keep it close in round 7. They bring it into a 3v3. .38 seconds left in this round. EXTREMUM running down the clock, which has been a problem for them in some of these previous rounds. This time round, Rocketlaunchers don't have anyone on the A site itself. Southsole, though, is pushing through A long. He's about to hear these steps. Now Soka can start to rotate up, but the question is, what can Southsole do on that flank? Can he deny the bomb plant? With 10 seconds left, that would be absolutely massive. Bomb is being planted. Southsole doesn't arrive in time to stop it, but he does arrive in time for the free frag. And now it's only Valina left, stuck on the bomb site and not in the best position. Southsole catches him with an nade out. Rocketlaunchers again get the round to go their way. They are not showing any signs of slowing down right now. Soka hasn't even died yet. This has been a pretty dominant start to the game for Rocketlaunchers. And yeah, again, you can see that reflected in our GG.Bet odds. Liking the look of Rocketlaunchers now. Ooh, damage done both ways at Monster there. Waterfall's down to 17 health, Emek down to 11. So both of those players have got to be very careful in the rest of the round. One stray bullet could kill them. Jumka about to spot this aggression. And finally, EXTREMUM managed to stop the aggression in one of these rounds that Rocketlaunchers had been having their way with. I think it just got a bit out of hand with some of those earlier rounds. So this time EXTREMUM find the players pushing, and they find Southsole looking for a fight. They give him a fight as well, and they win it. EXTREMUM actually winning battles this time, which hasn't really happened for them in the previous rounds. Well, again, EXTREMUM happy to slow things down once the early fights occur in these rounds. But Rocketlaunchers have stacked the correct bomb site. 30 seconds left, and they've got 3 players waiting on B. Contact about to come through Monster. The bomb is pushing first. Det has got to turn around. Eventually realizes he can drop the bomb, and it's only Jumka left. It's an absolute shutdown on the B bomb site. Jumka has got to win a 1v2. Bomb not in his hands. Yes, is going to win the battle. Rocketlaunchers guess right on the B stack. And EXTREMUM are going to be so frustrated with that. They finally had the advantage. They finally had a 2-man lead in one of these rounds. And they still can't convert it for the round win. Just feels like one of those games for EXTREMUM where nothing is going right for them. At least Emenk missed that shot there at the start of this round. It's only pistols for EXTREMUM though. Can't expect a whole lot. Dangerous game that EXTREMUM are playing there, just peeking the AWP with pistols. There's Salsol getting assistance from those nades. Emenk is throwing, and Salsol gets a second kill before he is removed from the round. Rifle recovered by Klax gives EXTREMUM a better gun to work with at the cost of losing 2 players. EXTREMUM hanging around this A bomb site, seeing what's available to them. Now Emenk is looking for a fight, but so is Soka. And he's already dropped the rifle out of the hands of Klax. Rocketlaunchers have got plenty of players here on the A site. They can even boost Emenk up, so they know that A long is going to be covered for the time being. 25 seconds left, and it is the B site which will be tested. Airscape has been able to recover the rifle. That's been spotted, though. Rocketlaunchers should be rotating down to B now because the time is so low that EXTREMUM have to commit to this site. And that means that Emenk and Des can both be very ready for the push and win those battles. 9-0. EXTREMUM have got to get on the board sooner rather than later. Otherwise, their chances in this GG.Bet Winter Cup could be all over. Orps on both sides for round 10. Emenk again going into mid, trying to see if there are fights available. And this time, Waterfalls is ready for him. The Battle of the AWPers goes the way of EXTREMUM. It's an early man advantage for the T side. EXTREMUM have been here before, though. They had a 2-man lead that they couldn't close out previously, so there's more work to be done. Salsol is able to fall back safely in the meantime. Deaths spots the players pushing through Monster, but he's actually going to go re-aggress on them with the flashbang. He really wanted to see if he could get the kill there. EXTREMUM making sure that they don't give it up too easily, though. Now, what's the game plan for EXTREMUM here? They've got 3 players pushing A long, 2 players pushing Monster, and the bomb left at T spawn. So I think they're just looking for fights or maybe map control, because we've seen Rocketlaunchers take risks when they've gone down in a round before. And you can see now EXTREMUM, I think, have realized the B site is looking very, very open. This is much, much better from EXTREMUM. They finally figured out how Rocketlaunchers have been playing. They can go back and get the bomb. They can go ahead and rotate that bomb down to the B site. Waterfalls even lands a shot before he gets traded from the back lines. Soka gets one of his own. So Rocketlaunchers keep in contention here. They've kept it close in a 3v3. And, oh no, I'm not sure they're aware of the fact that Shaq is behind the sandbags. Now they will be. Molotov comes through and Klax wins the all-important fight, making sure the bomb can be planted safely and making sure that EXTREMUM have got a great opportunity to win their first round on this map. Molotov lands in water. Rocket launchers looking for fights. Klax currently just sitting in this safe position. Soka tries to pre-fire and he wins the battle. Bomb planted in the open, but Soka is on the defuse. Soka almost gets the defuse, but eventually EXTREMUM take the fight and take the kills away. First round won by EXTREMUM here on Overpass, but we're going to need to see a whole lot more of that before they can really start to compete on this map. See the odds for Overpass still heavily favoring Rocket Launchers, which is fair enough considering the scoreline. I think it's fair to say. EXTREMUM have got one round on the board. Let's see if they can build off the back of that. It was the Orb of Waterfalls that got them the pick in the previous round. He's got the Orb again in this one. And then it was just good play across the map from EXTREMUM to realize that there's probably a weak point, that Rocket Launchers had been taking some risks in those earlier rounds. Flashbang blind Shaq. EXTREMUM lining up a couple of nades onto Shaq there. He was a little further down the ramp, so he didn't take as much damage as you might expect, but he's still down to half health. Very quiet start to the round from EXTREMUM. Other than those couple of nades, they haven't really looked for a whole lot here. Rocket Launchers, therefore, have been able to hold on to quite a few nades on their CT side. They've got tons of flashes left, which could try and counter any potential push, and they've got one smoke and one molly. Let's see how this plays out. Molly lands on short, counter smoke deployed on the site, I think. No, MX still got that in his hands. So that is one of the smokes that EXTREMUM are trying to use to get this bomb planted, but they've only got 10 seconds to do so. Death, sitting in water, gets the kill, eventually opens up. Bomb still not planted. I'm not sure they've got the time. EXTREMUM don't get the bomb down in time. Again losing because of the clock. Well, that's disappointing for EXTREMUM, because the site take looked pretty good. They weren't bad at getting the trades onto the site there. It was just Rocket Launchers, again, realizing all they had to do was delay a decent amount to make sure they win the round. That's exactly what they do. I think there was a kill after time at the end there, so Volina only has a P250 and a flash with no Kevlar because he didn't get any money at the end of the round. All in all, EXTREMUM are going to need more rounds, and they're going to need to make sure they don't fall foul to the time, as they have in a couple of rounds now in this series. I think the other problem for EXTREMUM is they're very rarely pushing before the minute mark. They're always taking slow rounds. Waterfalls this time wins the fight, but he's completely alone trying to push into the bathroom. Salso gets a fairly easy refrag, and Salso wants more. The lineup almost comes in. Klax and Volina both taking a ton of damage there. Soka looking to make a play of his own, but he has to fall back into the corner. Thankfully, his teammate has a smoke to keep him safe, but Soka making a play through that smoke. Such a risky play to make there, but Junker wasn't ready for the aggression through. So it's brought into the 3v3 thanks to Soka, who's having an unbelievable game right now. I think that's his 15th kill. He's only got 2 deaths, and he wants, again, to do the same. He spots the player throwing the molly. Soka, this time, loses the fight. But EXTREMUM are all low on health. 10 seconds again. Bomb needs to be planted. Shaq trying to push in, but this time Volina keeps the bomb safe. And Deaths has got to win a 1 versus 3. No nades available, which would be so valuable in this position. He hears the player up close on the left, spots him out, and gets gifted the free frag. So now Deaths has got a decent chance at this. Taps the bomb, trying to look for information, trying to spot players out. He knows there's a man at long. I think he knows there's a man on short, but the time is now against him. He's going to lock it. He's going to try and get on the bomb. Deaths still defusing, finally goes away. And that means that Clax can land the shot at the end there. I think if Deaths stuck the bomb, he might have had a chance at winning the round. But all in all, it is EXTREMUM who get the round win. Again, keeping it close on the clock. Playing a dangerous, dangerous game right now, but this time it works out for them. Well, the money is starting to run out for the CT side. Both teams have very little money in the bank, though, and Shaq is up close. CZ spots the shadow, but doesn't win the fight. Thankfully, Deaths is there to trade, so it's not all bad for Rocketlaunchers. But that could have been a clean man advantage for them. Well, there is the clean man advantage, and another kill comes in. EXTREMUM getting picked apart, first by the boost, and then second by the aggression of Rocketlaunchers, and Emenk is in an off angle that Clax was not ready for. Just as it looks like EXTREMUM might be starting to take control of this game, starting to get some consistency to their round wins, Rocketlaunchers are going to snatch this round away. Jimka's down to 11 health. He peeks with a nade out, which is never a good idea. And Rocketlaunchers pick up round 11 and, more importantly, resets the T-side economy. Well, Waterfalls has looked pretty good with that scout. I think is the only upside you can give to EXTREMUM in this round. Maybe he can land some shots, but there really is not much for EXTREMUM to work with here in round 14. This has been an absolute slaughter. Again, EXTREMUM's T-sides seem to be costing them dearly right now. It was similar back on Mirage. They were only able to get 4 rounds out of the entire T half. Here on Overpass, so far they've only got 2. And 4 is the best case scenario for them. Hello. Escape has managed to sneak into the site. At least finding 1 frag early into the proceedings. Emenk up close, just mows them down. Picks off the head of a couple of players, and now his teammates can lock down the bomb site. Good work from the rifles, just to make sure there is nothing on for EXTREMUM in that round. And heading into the last round of the half, EXTREMUM can only hope for 3 rounds from their T side. And you just have to feel like that is unlikely to be good enough for them. EXTREMUM have got themselves a few players coming up through the connector. Emenk's angle can be somewhat difficult to deal with due to the elevation. They're not really ready for it. And Emenk comes away with 2 kills. Kind of steals away 2 kills there. I thought the second spray down wasn't going to be enough, but it was. Salsol now in a pretty tough position. Puts the smoke down behind him, but he hears the steps, lands the shots. Oh, not the follow-up though. Jimka just about able to win that battle. So it is brought into a 3v3. Despite Emenk's best efforts, it's an even numbers scenario. Good shot from Waterfalls, finally dealing with Soka, who had been a real thorn in Extremum's backside in a bunch of these rounds. Sight, Shaq gets the kill, spots the player just before the smoke blooms, so he can get the spray down. And the health now is very similar on both teams. Almost nothing in it as the bomb gets planted. Damage done to Vorlina, though. He gets taken down to half health. However, Extremum will try and play back in the bathrooms. Now, there is a smoke from Shaq for the bomb. Jumka's got the AWP. That's going to be really difficult to land shots through the smoke. It needs to be the AK landing, and Shaq is on the bomb. 15 health, but somehow he sticks the defuse. He should have been taken down there. Just one shot was needed to deal with him, but it doesn't come through. And Rocketlaunchers this time do stick the defuse, and this time get the round win off the back of it. 13-2 at the half. And Extremum have got to be thinking to themselves that they have really lost some of these rounds that they probably shouldn't have. And just look at those GG.Bet odds. Oh boy. Rocketlaunchers are almost guaranteed to take this, according to GG.Bet. And based on what we've seen from both these teams on this map, I don't blame them. Diffuse kit for Airscape and a couple of flashbangs in his hand. That's what they'll be hoping will win them this pistol round and maybe get the comeback going. Extremum have definitely looked better on their CT sides, is the one thing I will say. I don't think they've been looking better to the point where they're going to get 14 rounds, though, which is what they would need. But you never know in CSGO. Slower start to this round for Rocketlaunchers. I think both teams kind of realize if Rocketlaunchers win this pistol round, the game and the series are probably over. So Rocketlaunchers are just taking their time, trying to make sure they give themselves the best possible chance to win this round. Waterfalls flashed off the angle. Late flashbangs deployed by Rocketlaunchers, but they work really well to get onto the bomb site. What the hell was that? Klax just landed that shot through the railing with the USP. Okay, well, now Extremum have got a decent chance on the retake. Hemant comes back for his squad, though. It's into a 3v3. South Soul's head is removed. Death is trying to close the distance. The Glock having to try and rush down, but Emek is not in the best position. 1v2, and Klax comes through with another kill. I don't know how Klax lands that shot. A little bit of luck, maybe. Maybe he knows the lineup, but even then, to get the perfect shot to land is impressive. And there it is. He's showing it off at the end. Extremum pick up the pistol. Let's see if they can try to make this a closer game. Maybe that's what Extremum need. Who knows? That is the kind of play that can probably get you hyped up. Or at least you would hope so. Rocketlaunchers are just going to take a safe approach into this round. Not buying up too much. Good kill coming in from Klax. Waterfalls forced back. It's Klax who is currently doing the damage with the AUG. Maybe goes a bit too aggressive there. Doesn't need to take that fight against Deaths, who wins it out with the P250. Waterfalls blind on the bomb site. Not blind long enough, though. Eventually he recovers. Extremum hold it down on the A site. But that was the eco from Rocketlaunchers. Here come the rifles. Rocketlaunchers taking it slow at the start of round 18. I think they might realize that Extremum probably have one or two weaker weapons left, so I think they're waiting to see if the CTs get aggressive, maybe with that MP9. And as it stands, we are seeing that aggression from Extremum. It's in B short, though, so Rocketlaunchers won't spot that out. Just over a minute left on the clock. And we haven't seen a whole deal of damage done early into this round. Extremum had basically full nades at the start of this round. They've started to use some of those pieces of utility up. You can see a smoke deployed there. But they've held on to a few of them, which come into play in the late round. Flash over the top forces Shaq back. 33 seconds left, and Rocketlaunchers have got to set up this play. What's the end goal here? 22 seconds. They're not doing anything. They need to start to go for this push. Shaq is trying to fake the A bomb site, but he's the only man here. We have to have a look at B. How much is this fake selling? Jumka trying to lock down the B site. Bomb dropped, but he's traded. 7 seconds. Salso gets the bomb back. Oh, I don't know if he has it. The bomb plant comes through just in time, and we're into a 3v3. Wow, Rocketlaunchers really pushing it to the limit there. But Extremum now have to go for this retake. 2 kits for them to try to do so. Soka waiting close by, pops his head up and gets a spray down. It's an absolute massacre. Rocketlaunchers spot all the players that they needed to. And even though it comes incredibly close on the clock, it is Rocketlaunchers who come away with the much needed round win. That could be one of the final nails in the coffin for Extremum in this tournament. The buy is not looking great for the CTs at this point. Shaq unable to connect the shots. Lina certainly is, though. Eventually, Shaq gets the kill, but here we go. Extremum winning those fights rather significantly. Good shot from Salso. Keeps Rocketlaunchers in with a chance, but oh dear, there's a player close by. Salso's reloading. He's got to be a dead man. Indeed he is. And Extremum come back with a quick round win of their own. So just as it looked like Rocketlaunchers might be about to take a victory, Extremum put up a fight and keep them honest. I think to complete the full comeback would be nigh on impossible for the Extremum side, but all they can do is try and think that that's a possibility right now. Oh, the Glock rushing into the B site. Could this be a round win for Rocketlaunchers? Looks like it's a possibility. Emenk gets a quick kill with the M4 in his hands, and all of a sudden, we're brought into a 3 versus 3. Second rifle recovered for Rocketlaunchers, and the time is ticking for Extremum. Damage done by Death, and he spots players. Trade in the smoke is going to be good for the T side as Salso sprays away. It's only Airscape, and Salso gets the trade off the back of his teammate. Rocketlaunchers win with the quick pistol play on the B site. And that surely spells an end to Extremum in this one. Again, well done by Rocketlaunchers to continue to make life difficult for Extremum, even on these rounds where they don't invest too much. I think Extremum, though, probably realized after the first half this game was very, very unlikely for them. Escape holding with the Mag 7. Pretty good position for it. Shaq is quicker on the trigger though. Couple of AK headshots land. Ooh, Junker gets a wall bang there through connector with the Deeg. So that's something for this CT side to try to work with. Not sure this angle will be too good for Volina with the Mag 7. I doubt he'll get the kill at that range if a player pushes him. But we will have to wait and see. 3v4 for EXTREMUM to come back from. Looks like Volina has realized he probably needs to reposition, but Southsalt gets a kill onto the site in the meantime. Now Volina's got to try and cover for his fallen comrade. Waterfalls is coming down on the rotation, but rocket launchers are already moving onto the site itself. Waterfalls gets aggressive, and there are the final frags. 16-5 for rocket launchers. They take the series 2-0. Commiserations to EXTREMUM, who are eliminated here, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, and we'll see what rocket launchers can do heading into the playoffs here at the GG.Bet Winter Cup. Don't go anywhere, though, because we have got a second series coming up after